One thing, I want people to understand, is this journey that you're on is by no means a success-only journey.
Yes.
When you're in a rehab setting, the entire environment is set up to support you.
Yes.
And then when you get out, the world is there. You have all the triggers that were there before. You have the frustrations that were there before. And every day is not going to be a 5-star day. And in full disclosure, and you were very honest with us about this, it hasn't been a success-only journey for you. You said, you talked about on your tape that you've had some days where you lost your temper. You have smoked some marijuana. You have had a beer, which I hate to hear either of those two things. But the fact that you're transparent about all of this, that you're able to give it a voice, talk about it, and keep it on your to-do list is important. Your estimation is you're immensely better. You have coping skills that you can rely on, but you're a work in progress, true?
Yes.
All right, and I think that's important.
My sister, Alyssa, is a hypocrite. She smokes weed at night, but yet she's gonna get mad at me for having a slip. Yeah, hit it. Alyssa has blamed me for her weed habit.
What kind of strain is that anyways?
The good kind. She feels that because I'm an ex-stoner, she's following my footsteps and it's my fault. Everyone's in charge of their own actions, and I feel like she's just hiding behind her fake smile.
Nothing has changed since we were on the show. My brother Ryan is still a monster. Ryan is still addicted to marijuana, and Ryan smokes more than before. Ryan says he only takes a puff of marijuana, but that's not true. Ryan can smoke about 4 joints a day. Me smoking weed shouldn't be a trigger to Ryan. I like to smoke by myself late at night because Ryan will make me smoke even more than I want to. Ryan gets really mad if he doesn't get his marijuana. Ryan definitely still has that anger in him.
Oh, you guys ain't going nowhere! You're not going nowhere! Yeah!
He gets frustrated really fast. He does break things. He broke my camera lights and also ripped my yoga mat. I'd say a month after treatment, I did start to see him get upset and get frustrated because he was fiending for marijuana. He did have a tantrum, he threw a tantrum. He ended up buying himself beer. Ryan shouldn't be drinking because he's an alcoholic and he has anger issues. Ryan's behavior is exactly the same or even worse. He's very weak-minded and he just goes back to his old ways.
How proud were you of Ryan when he agreed to take the help and go on that journey?
I was extremely proud of him. I was happy that he accepted the help.
Yeah. But you say that his behavior is basically the same.
Oh, yeah. If he tells you that he's a changed man, he's definitely lying.
He has actually been very transparent with us.
Mm-hmm.
He's told us that he is smoking some marijuana, which I think is a really bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
That he is drinking some, which I think is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
That he's had some rage problems, which I'm sorry to hear. He said he smashed some camera equipment and all. So he was very forthcoming about all of that and told us about that.
Okay. He's just so full of himself. He doesn't really care.
I don't really care when I've, after treatment. I mean, I took the steps to go into treatment and to take.
Yeah, and I'm very proud that you did that.
Yeah, and everything was great, but I mean, not everyone's gonna do a full, turnaround and come out and be, this 25-year sober person.
But you just don't give up. You can't give up.
You're being critical of him, and I respect your perspective. I want you to tell us what you think. We need every bit of input that we can get. But we filmed with Ryan and Alyssa yesterday at one of our remote Dr. Phil studios, and they were only there a couple of hours, but even then, this took place.
Why does it do that? Ryan? Does it work?
You gotta mess with it.
All right, okay, I got it.
There you go, keep going. You gotta hit till it starts blinking.
If you're saying what you're saying, what the hell are you doing out on the patio smoking dope with your brother?
Dr. Phil, now listen. If I deny his marijuana, if I deny him, he will get upset and he'll treat me different and he'll just give me attitudes and make it uncomfortable for me.
You heard me say, him smoking marijuana at all, bad idea.
Yes.
Him drinking it all, bad idea. Sobriety is not hard to define, right?
Right.
You're either using or you're not, you're drinking or you're not. And I've said to you, this isn't a success-only journey. And I meet people where they are. If you're smoking marijuana, you should not be. I've said that clearly. If you're drinking, you should not be. I've said that clearly. And if that's what you're doing, then that tells me you need to step up your after-program activity. You have worked too hard and sacrificed too much and come too far to get on that slippery slope and slide back down into that very dark place.
I got home and, I stuck with my sponsor, great sponsor, by the way. And yeah, I did take a hit. I slipped, you know what I mean? So ever since then I stopped. Then I started working again.
What you're saying is life gets in the way.
It does.
Because what I was saying is when you're in rehab, everything is designed to support you, right?
Right.
So it's not easy in rehab. Rehab is a lot of hard work. It is damn hard work, but the environment is set up to support your sobriety.
Right.
But what you have to do is raise your hand. Temptation is here, and I'm caving to it. And I have an awareness now, but I need more support than I'm getting because I'm in this with you, ride or die, man. And if we need to rally troops, if we need to get around you, you have come too far and worked too hard to let you spin off. I want your life to be better for real forever. And if that means there's more work to be done, then let's do more work. I want you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, to be clean, sober, under control, with these things entrenched into who you are. And if you come out and hit a rough patch out of rehab, then okay, we work at it. We deal with reality. I meet you where you are and we deal with reality.
Yeah.
This isn't Pollyanna time. I get it.
It's just when you're out of treatment, I left, right? And I'm supposed to hold my own out treatment, which is, I'm 27 now. And I should have been doing this a long time ago, but life happens. And right after, like I said before, I had none of this. Now, I'm working hard, and that's my main goal, is to work hard, make money, get myself out there, help my parents any way I can. They all treat me different because of my slip.
No.
You can't be 100% sober after treatment.
That's not it. We treat you different.
I tried.
Okay.
I'm
You know what?
trying.
I think the only one who babies you is mom. But you know what? It's not acceptable. Your behavior is not acceptable. It's affecting me. It makes me shake. It makes me sad. It makes me depressed, Dr. Phil. I can't take him
Can I comment on something you said? You said 2 words in there that I want to address, really, really important. You said, when you get out, you're supposed to be perfect, and you should do this, that, and the other. There's no supposed to and there's no should. You do the best you can with what you have, and if you need help, you've got to learn to raise your hand. And what I'm telling you is I was here for you that day. I'm here for you today. You are a work in progress. And the fact that you were transparent with us and you told us it hasn't been perfect, it hasn't been a success-only journey, and you're willing to come back here and sit here and talk about the good and the bad, tells me your heart's in the right place, and we'll do what we need to continue to get you help and support.
My best friend Heather is in one of the most toxic relationships I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
Shut up! Shut your mouth!
He has choked me, grabbed me by my hair, dragged me on the floor, threw me against the wall.
I get home to this. Look at my out!
You said he's too obsessed with me to kill me. What do you mean by that?
I just think he loves me too much that he'd actually do anything really bad to me.
And what do you call bad?
He's never beat me up.
Has he dragged you by the hair, stripped you naked, and poured water all over you?
Yes.
Heather constantly pokes me till I explode.
You've been so you did nothing. No, I'm not.
She used to put her hands on me, closed fists, open hands. I put my hands around her throat. I didn't squeeze, but part of me wanted to.
What happened Thanksgiving of 2016?
He was speeding, and I wanted to get out of the car, and he grabbed my face, and he bit it.
Why'd you bite her?
Because I wasn't gonna hit her.
You admit that you've put your hands around her neck. You admit that you've bit her on the face. There is no excuse for ever putting your hands on a woman in anger. You have a rage problem. You need to get out of this relationship. You need to move on, or you're going to wind up in a penitentiary and you're going to hurt her and ruin your life.
It's not what I want, but sometimes what you want and what you need are two different things.
I've asked Robin to join us. Is Heather in an abusive relationship?
Not a close call. Actually, in the 20 years that Philip has been doing this show, I have to say, he clicked off every example.
Do you think you're being abused?
I don't look at him as an abuser.
I believe you need to get out of this relationship right now. I'm telling you, you're in danger. Do you believe me?
I don't think it's that bad. I feel like it's came off way worse than it really is. He would never do that. I didn't want him to come off as a monster on TV, and I feel like that's exactly what happened.
Well, after the show, it looked unlikely that Heather was going to be able to follow through with what at least I felt like she needed to do and get away from Collin, get away safely. 3 months later, here's what's happening now.
Collin and I are no longer together and we aren't speaking to each other. We decided that we needed to separate. After the show, I had no patience for how he treated me. I feel really sad. It is upsetting to end a chapter in my life. When Dr. Phil showed the videos of the other women that have been abused, I had a really hard time putting myself as one of those girls. I still truly do not believe he would go that far. I know what he has done is not okay and it is abuse, but I do not think that I would ever get to that point. On stage, with how everything played out, I did get very defensive for him, but I do wish I didn't react the way that I did.
Well, Heather is joining us virtually. Heather, when you were here, I was of the opinion, Robin was of the opinion, as a strong advocate in the fight against domestic violence, that you were in danger and that we felt it important for you to know that and take protective action. And, you know, I don't make decisions for people. I can just tell you what I think. And I wasn't sure what you were going to do once you left here.
So when we got home, we did meet up and we talked. And I just told him, you know, we both have issues. You both need to get help and that we can't do it together. Clearly that's not working and we're toxic to each other. So I said we needed to go our separate ways and, you know, use the help that you provided and focus on ourselves for a while.
At the time that you were here, you didn't consider what was going on in your relationship to be abusive.
I know it's abuse. It's still hard for me. I don't like to say he's a woman abuser, but I know what he has done is abuse. I'm still struggling with low self-esteem and my self-image. I've never had anybody love me like he did. Collin and I were in a relationship for over 4.5 years. It's going to take a long time for me to truly feel like I deserve better, but I'm hoping with time I will start to feel that way. In order for me to have a healthy relationship with anybody, I would need to work on me first.
I asked this because you had a hard time recognizing what was going on in the relationship. And the two-part question is this. Part one, do you think that you deserve better treatment than what you got in that relationship? And part two is, can you tell me why you deserve better treatment if you do think you deserve better treatment? So part one, do you think you deserve better?
I do deserve better. I know that.
Why?
Just the things that he did weren't okay to do to me or anybody.
I clearly think you deserve better. If you could see yourself through my eyes, through Robin's eyes, your problems would be over. Because we're big fans of yours. We're big fans of yours and your courage and your willingness to step up and deal with the truth. I think people generate the results in life that they think they deserve. So if you don't think you're worth much, if your self-esteem is really low, then you'll generate results that go with a person that doesn't think much of themselves. You'll settle. What do you like best about yourself?
I'm still struggling with my own self-esteem, honestly, but I love how much I do care about others and how much I want to help others and be there for them.
And listen, that is no small thing. Are you a loyal person?
Loyal, yes, definitely.
What does somebody get when they get Heather? Well, they get somebody that's caring and loving. They get somebody that is willing to really work in the relationship and be a partner in life. You're somebody that's loyal, that commits to a relationship. I mean, these are qualities that you can't buy. These are qualities that really define somebody at the core of who they are. I can tell you, in all of the history of the world, from the beginning of time till the end of time, you are the only Heather there will ever be. Now, there may be other people named Heather, but there will never be another you. That's pretty special, and you need to know who that person is. Now, I arranged for you to have some really high-quality sessions with Doctor On Demand, which is a company that we actually founded, and you haven't started those yet. Will you start those right away?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to. Thank you.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. It's great to see you smile like that.
Your Dr. Phil favorites.
It's been over a year.
It's good to be back.
So how's he doing?
Where are they now?
I'm telling you, you're in danger. You need to get out of this relationship. But did Heather leave Collin?
New Dr. Phil. Check your local listings.